that you really want to change, but you feel powerless. And then it's the holidays and you're like, oh, I'll leave it alone. And then it's January 1st and you're like, oh my gosh, I just have so much work to do. That's not how I want to start my year.
It ain't nothing to me. Young Tom Hardy with the movies. Act out smoothly, Mickey for the goofies.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah, and last week I was talking to you about ending the year strong. So I had 4 areas of my life that I'm really trying to work on as the year comes to a close so that I can just start 2020 really prepared and in the right headspace. And the first thing was my fitness. I was focusing on my food and my exercise. And then the second thing was my relationships, like the close relationships around me. The third thing I wanted to focus on is my dreams and goals. And the fourth thing was loving others well. And by that, I mean just people who maybe don't always have someone loving them. So this past week, I was really focused on fitness and nutrition. Okay, class 1 in the books. I'm feeling pretty good. It was really hard, and my back is like clenched up, but I'm gonna roll it when I get home. I was tempted to step on the scale that's in the dressing room when I was there, but I'm not going to do that. I think one of the things that trips me up is to have these hard deadlines for myself that I feel inflicted on me by other people, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to set a goal of losing 20 pounds or really look at the scale. I just want to base my progress on how I'm feeling and am I looking stronger. So that's what I'm gonna do. And this whole week with my food and with my exercise, I'm not going to be mean to myself. I'm not going to try to be a perfectionist, which is what I always try to do, and I think that's why I fail. If I don't get it exactly right, I'm like, oh, we're done here. You can never do anything right. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to, with my eating, I'm not going to say, oh, I can't have any sugar or I can't have this or that. What I'm going to try to do is just eat as many nutritious, wonderful, life-giving things that I can. I'm going to flood my body with so many good things that if there are negative things here and there, like processed or sugary things, it's not going to be that big of a deal. So I'm going to keep carrying these on throughout the rest of the month and ultimately all year. But last week, that's what I was focusing on. And I just want to tell you, if you are at all interested in ending your year on a really positive note, this is a big one. I really put all of my effort into it. I had some setbacks, for instance, my kids got sick. Holy moly, that was just the hardest yoga I've ever done. And part of it was because I was not prepared. I thought this was an hour class and it was 90 minutes. Let me tell you, that 30 minutes really makes a big difference. So I'm shaking. I felt like I was gonna just pass out the whole class, but it's done. I haven't vlogged in a few days because the kids both got sick. Miles has a cough and asthma kind of thing, and Stella has been running a fever for several days, and I think she has the flu. So they've needed me to stay right in between them, not doing anything but holding them. So anyway, I haven't really had much time to vlog, but I'll say that Monday I went to the gym and just ran and stretched. And when I say run, I mean that real loosely. I ran, aka slowly jogged, and then sped walked. And then the ratio of that was probably 90-10, 90 being on the walking side. So don't be that impressed. It's not that impressive. However, I did it and I felt pretty good. Yesterday I went to yoga and did a class, and I have to say, I think my stamina really is improving. Also, both my kids are sick. I usually get sick immediately, as soon as they're sick just because of my suppressed immune system, but I haven't been sick. And I don't know if it's because I'm sweating buckets in yoga class, but I'm definitely feeling pretty good. And sometimes I didn't eat the very best. I just felt like a little bit happier, I think. A little bit more willing to be active, a little less lethargic. So that's good. Oh, I ate like garbage. I was supposed to eat. I was really focusing on eating well. And I did put a lot of good things in my body, but I think I put just as many bad things in my body. So I'm not looking for that kind of percentage. I'm looking for more like a 95.5 percentage, with 5 being the bad food. So hopefully today will be better. And I know that just the more I work on things, the easier it will be. Ultimately, I worked out 5 hours this past week and it was so good. I felt a distinct change in my attitude and my motivation. I felt it in my stamina. I'm just super pleased with the work that I put in and kind of the rewards that I saw, and I cannot wait to just keep on this track. Like, I just want to get to the point where every day I crave doing some sort of workout, and I'm not quite there yet, but we're getting there. If you guys can hear this like crazy rattling, it's the Christmas lights around the window. I hope you can't. I hope I can edit that out, but I already tried to film this video one time and it's a whole disaster. Anyway, this week my focus is my relationships. I think that especially my relationship with my husband doesn't get as much attention as it deserves because A, we're both very busy, and B, there are a lot of kids and dogs to take care of, and life just gets to a hectic pace. So that's kind of what the challenge was about, though, is kind of identifying the areas that need work. They're important and they need attention and focus, and just doing that so that you don't feel like there are all these things going on that you really want to change, but you feel powerless. And then it's the holidays and you're like, oh, I'll leave it alone. And then it's January 1st and you're like, oh my gosh, I just have so much work to do. That's not how I want to start my year. So I'm focusing primarily on my relationship with my husband, just making quality time for him. My second area of focus is going to be the kids. I want to just make sure that during this hectic holiday time that they don't feel like I'm so in my head and rushing here and there. I want them to know that I am present with them and that I'm not so worried about getting things done and like the hoopla of the thing that I lose focus on looking in their eyes and talking to them and just spending good, relaxed time. I'll have the first video linked in the description box below in case you want to catch up on what you missed. And if you feel like you want to end your year strong, I just hope that you join me. Know that if you do, you're not alone. I'm also trying really hard to just give the rest of the year my best shot because no days, no hours are promised to us, and we just have to start exactly where we are with exactly the tools that we have, and just little bit by little bit, I think that we can really enrich our quality of life and the quality of life of those that are in our sphere. So as always, I love you so much, and I hope that you're having an excellent week.